time I see you, you make my heart say.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. This is gonna be an original type of video, but it is a Bonnets and BS video. But it's not going to be toward a particular person. It's going to be toward a subset of people. I'm calling a BS on a few of these mommy vloggers. And let me tell you why. I watched a video yesterday. The video was a young lady who is now an adult who was raised on a vlog. I don't think it was a channel because it wasn't video. It was an actual blog. She was raised under a mom who blogged, and she was just telling, you know, how she felt in that situation. And also the after effects of how she is because of how she was raised. First of all, she talked about her upbringing. She always felt like she was on. Which means you always have to watch what you say. You have to watch how you look. You have to watch how you act because there was always a camera somewhere. Now, her mother did not post very much video. She primarily posted pictures, but she posted pictures and talked about the things that went on in their house. And she said that her mother had no sense of decorum about keeping private stuff private. And when I say private stuff, I mean private dealing with her children. Everything was mentioned. She said that, you know, she had plenty of times to where she did hear her mom maybe praise and give them accolades and then turn around and be like, oh, I'm so tired of being a parent. These kids, they're so bad. These kids, they're so this and that. So then she had to hear her mother, you know, almost speak negatively against being a mother and then turn around and see a bunch of people comment about it and kind of, I guess, say, you know, we know how you feel, blah, blah, blah. So that was another, to her and her siblings, a knock against them. Dang, we so bad, we this. Or either she said that her mother would be like, oh, these kids done stressed me out so bad today, I had to get me a drink. So then it was like, even as an adult, she became the type of person that she felt like that men and people couldn't pay her attention because she was so bad or worthless that the only people who would care about her is someone who was basically an alcoholic. I mean, it was a lot of insight that this young lady brought to the table. And honestly, I was going to tell you guys her name. It really has slipped my mind at this moment, but I don't even want to. And the reason I don't want to is because she's already been brought to the forefront and been the center of attention enough that I don't feel like she needs that anymore. Now, she's not on YouTube. She actually is on TikTok, and she just talked about it on her TikTok channel. And actually, a young man who has a YouTube channel actually interviewed her. And so they talked in detail about that. So I say that to come back to the present and call BS on some of these mommies out here on these YouTube streets. Every personal thing that your child goes through does not have to be on YouTube for you to be a good channel. You know, I know a lot of people criticize a Strong Mommy Chrissy as well. And I mean, I done seen some crazy stuff that every last mom has done. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that they don't have a reason to. That's not where I'm going with this. Where I am going is the fact that she limits the access to her kids. We know that she's got a child that lives with the father, but of any of her kids, regardless to what she does that's questionable or whatnot, she puts very little intimate information about her kids out there. Every so often she'll show them, she'll show her interacting with them and different things of that nature. But when it comes to her kids, she really does not put a whole lot out there about them, especially not personally. So I think that's how more parents need to do. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everybody else does it the wrong way and she's so right about it. I'm not saying that at all. I just use her as an example because that's an example that I'm personally aware of. And I don't want to speak off of secondhand information. I just am using her as an example to say that I like the way that she is selective about access to her kids. Although she is a mommy vlogger, she talks about her life. She shows us things that she does as a mom. She shows us some of how she runs her family and how she runs her household. But then we also see a lot of the negative sides. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit up here and uphold her like she's just the most greatest thing in the world. But whatever the case, she does not throw her kids in the camera. We don't know every little thing about her kids. Like if they get sick, she may tell us, hey, the kids aren't feeling too well, blah, blah, this, and give us the symptoms and stuff. But it's from a mom's perspective. And I've never seen her. The only thing that I saw her really do recently that I could kind of side-eye her about was that my daughter took my car and went to shop somewhere. I think that was clickbait. And I think she could have did that a different way than to give the illusion that her daughter might have taken her car. My daughter did her first shop with me online or something. I mean, it could have been done any kind of way. And that's just my personal opinion. That's how I feel. But nonetheless, I am calling BS on a lot of mommies. Y'all need to start limiting the access. That does not mean your kids cannot be seen. But your kids should not be in a position that they can be talked about, that we know too much personal stuff that they got going on. Like, in general, we don't have to see everything. We don't have to know all the bad and the good. Really, we should know very little bad. Because it's, unless it has to do with your day, and then I still would be a little bit selective on putting too much out there. Kids are not old enough to consent for most things. That's why there's a thing called statutory rape, because under a certain age, a child can't submit or consent to anything. So you can't say, oh, I talk to my kids and they're okay with being on my channel, because they are not old enough to consent. They are not old enough to know what's best for them. That's why they're children. And that's why they have a mom, and they have to stay in the house with their mom or father or whomever is raising them. And that person is supposed to be looking out for their best interest. So in that respect, everything that goes on does not need to be on YouTube. So for those of you who are mommies that show everything, yeah, y'all can keep some of that to yourself. Let me give you another example. Now, this is a young lady who's actually trying to conceive, but she's going through her trying to conceive journey, and she's telling us what's going on. She was talking about her cycle and actually showed the toilet and contents. Like, really, nigga? Like, that was way too much for me. Like, you did not have to. You could have taken if you just needed us to see the color or contents or whatever, she could have taken a piece of white paper and a crayon and drew the color and said it's this color. Like, that was just too much. I don't even know if it's appropriate to show that. Like, you should have to have some kind of trigger warning thing. Well, she might have, but I just felt that was unheard of. Now, is it inappropriate for what she was doing? Maybe not. I mean, I don't know a lot about TTC channels, so I can't say if that's a standard practice or not. Now, I know people show their pregnancy test, but they don't show us the P usually. And I think she's done that. I think I saw that she did that too. But I mean, she's comfortable with that. But the thing about it is, that's her urine, that's her body. That's not her child's body. So she's not exposing a child and putting a child out there in a position that they were not okay with, that they had to grow up and look at things that are said and done, and it changed their life. She said even now she always feels like she's being watched because she always knew it was a camera around. Tell me what you guys think about this. Now, I understand mommy blogs, and I know that they put some things out there. Do you agree with the fact of what I'm saying, that they should be very selective about what's put out there? Like, only so much should go out there. I could say as an adult, it's to the comfort of the adult, but you could have 3 kids, and 9 times out of 10, every last one of those children are going to think and feel different about whatever. So that is what I would like to us to talk about down below. What do you guys feel about this video? How do you feel about what I've said and what was said by the young lady? And do you have any tips on how you feel like mommies should do a little better job at this? Tell me what you think. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.